What if everything you thought you knew about history was just the tip of the iceberg? For 80 years, the U.S. government has concealed astonishing mysteries, from vanished planes and coded treasures to eerie signals from deep space. The official stories barely scratch the surface. If these truths stayed hidden for so long, what else is still locked away? In today's video, we will reveal these 20 long-buried secrets. Let's start. In the early 20th century, reports of giant bones surfaced across the United States, leading researchers to the Grand Canyon in 1940. There, they reportedly discovered caves and artifacts, with some claiming to find skeletons over 8 feet tall. As the stories spread, the government restricted access to the area, and accounts of discoveries reportedly disappeared. In 2020, individuals claimed that 3 complete giant skeletons had been found and kept secret for 80 years. These skeletons were allegedly moved to an undisclosed location for research instead of being publicly displayed. These accounts remain unverified, and it is unclear whether they are based on fact or fiction. But what if the mysteries stretch beyond Earth itself, into the depths of the cosmos? In August 1977, astronomer Jerry R. Eman discovered a strong, unusual signal while working at the Big Ear radio telescope in Ohio. The signal lasted 72 seconds, and Eman famously circled it and wrote "wow" beside it, giving it its name. Detected at 1,420 megahertz, the frequency where hydrogen emits radiation, the signal matched what scientists theorize an interstellar transmission might look like. Despite many efforts, the WOW signal was never detected again, and its origin remains unknown. Some researchers suggest it may have come from a comet or a spy satellite, but these theories do not fully explain its unique features. Do you believe the WOW? The signal was a sign that we are not alone, or just a mysterious accident? Why? Comment and chat with me. If signals from space are puzzling, imagine what happens when the skies themselves explode with unimaginable force. On June 30, 1908, a massive explosion shook a remote area near the Tunguska River in Siberia. It flattened about 80 million trees across 830 square miles, with a force estimated at 10 to 15 megatons of TNT, around 1,000 times stronger than the Hiroshima bomb. No crater was found, leading many scientists to believe a meteor or comet about 330 feet wide exploded in the atmosphere. Some speculative theories mention antimatter, a mini black hole, or even an extraterrestrial craft. However, the remote location and limited tools of the time have made the cause difficult to confirm. Not all mysteries come from the heavens. Some lie wrapped in ancient cloth, challenging our deepest beliefs. The Shroud of Turin is a centuries-old linen cloth showing the image of a crucified man. Many believe it to be the burial cloth of Jesus Christ, with the image formed by a miraculous event. The 14-foot cloth shows front and back impressions of a man with crucifixion wounds. First recorded in 1353, its early history is unclear. The House of Savoy acquired it in 1453, and it moved to Turin, Italy, in 1578, where it remains today. Scientific studies have debated its origin, with carbon dating in 1988 suggesting it dates to the Middle Ages, though some argue that contamination affected the results. Supporters highlight the image's three-dimensional encoding and absence of pigments as signs of authenticity. While the Catholic Church has not officially declared it a holy relic, the shroud remains a powerful symbol of faith and inspiration. And while some mysteries are ancient, others unfolded right in front of our eyes and yet remain unsolved. Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? On August 16, 1942, a U.S. Navy blimp called L-8 took off from Treasure Island for a routine patrol. It was piloted by Lieutenant Ernest Dwight Cody and Ensign Charles Ellis Adams. Hours later, the blimp drifted back over land and crashed in Daly City, California. Navy crews found the blimp intact, with working radios, unopened emergency gear, and open doors, but no pilots. A wide search found no trace of them. Some theories, including escape, enemy capture, or alien abduction, have been suggested, but none have been proven. The disappearance, known as the Ghost Blimp incident, remains one of World War II's most enduring mysteries. Disappearing without a trace isn't just for aircraft. Entire crews have vanished under chilling circumstances. In December 1903, lighthouse keepers on the remote Flannan Isles off Scotland vanished without a trace. James Duckett, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur manned the lighthouse on Isle Moor. When a relief boat arrived on December 26, it found the lighthouse empty. A search revealed no sign of the men, though the table was set. A chair was overturned, and their boots and oilskins were left behind, suggesting a sudden departure. Theories range from a freak wave to tragic accidents, or even supernatural causes, but no bodies were ever found. The Flannan Isle Mystery remains famous and highlights the dangers lighthouse keepers once faced. But sometimes the most terrifying mysteries walk among us, hiding in the fog of human darkness. In the autumn of 1888, a figure known as Jack the Ripper terrorized London's East End, taking the lives of at least 5 women in the Whitechapel district. The victims, who were believed to be involved in vulnerable occupations, were found with signs of severe injuries, suggesting the assailant may have had medical knowledge. Despite an extensive investigation and widespread public attention, the Ripper's identity was never confirmed. Speculation about the killer's background ranged from medical professionals and tradespeople to artists and even members of the royal family, with some theories involving secret societies. The case remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Yet not all secrets involve violence. Some are hidden in plain sight, carved into stone, daring us to decipher them. The tranquil gardens of Shugborough Hall in Staffordshire, England, are home to the mysterious Shepherd's Monument. This 18th-century sculpture features a mirror image of Nicholas Poussin's painting the Arcadian shepherds and a cryptic inscription, OUSVAVEV, with DM below. The meaning of the letters remains unknown, sparking theories about secret codes, hidden messages, and ties to the Holy Grail or the Knights Templar. Some think the inscription is an anagram or ancient language cipher. Famous figures like Charles Dickens and Charles Darwin's grandson tried to solve it, but no explanation has been widely accepted. Some even believe it might be a prank by Thomas and George Anson, who commissioned the monument. As centuries passed, the airways became our new frontier, only to reveal even more haunting disappearances. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 disappeared on March 8, 2014, becoming one of the greatest aviation mysteries of the 21st century. The Boeing 777, carrying 239 people, vanished less than an hour after taking off from Kuala Lumpur, en route to Beijing. The last message from the co-pilot was a routine good night. Despite a massive international search across the Indian Ocean, no clear trace of the plane was found. Debris later washed up on East African shores, thousands of miles from the last known location. Theories range from mechanical failure to hijacking, but no definitive answers have been confirmed. But sometimes it isn't planes that vanish, it's people. And the ones left behind face a nightmare beyond imagining. In 1928, 9-year-old Walter Collins disappeared in Los Angeles after leaving for the movies. His mother, Christine Collins, reported him missing, and the police launched a major search. 5 months later, a boy found in Illinois claimed to be Walter. Christine immediately said he was not her son, but the LAPD pressured her to take him home. When she refused, they had her committed to a psychiatric ward. The boy was later identified as Arthur Hutchins, Jr., who lied to get a free trip to Hollywood. The Lapis' mishandling of the case and their efforts to cover it up caused public outrage and led to a formal inquiry. The real Walter Collins was never found, and some evidence suggests he may have been connected to the Wineville chicken coop case. If you believe some truths are still out there waiting to be uncovered, hit that like button and join a community that never stops asking the right questions. On March 3, 1876, residents of Olympia Springs, Kentucky, witnessed a strange event called the Kentucky Meat Shower. For several minutes, chunks of meat, from small bits to pieces about 4 inches square, fell from the sky, covering an area of about 100 yards by 50 yards. The meat smelled rancid, and 2 local men who tasted it thought it was lamb or venison. No missing livestock or game was reported. Some believe vultures or buzzards may have regurgitated the meat, but no theory fully explains the event. The Kentucky Meat Shower remains one of the most mysterious phenomena in history. While meat may fall from the sky, other mysteries lie buried underground, protected by unsolved codes and hidden fortunes. In 1822, Thomas Jefferson Beal left a box with innkeeper Robert Morris, promising to return, but he never did. Years later, Morris opened the box and found 3 pages of coded text. Decades later, one cipher was cracked, revealing Beal had buried a treasure of gold, silver, and jewels, now worth over $40 million, somewhere in Bedford County. The second and third ciphers, containing the treasure's location and names of Beal's companions, remain unsolved. Many have tried to decode them, with theories ranging from hidden keys in historical documents to claims that the ciphers are a hoax. Speaking of treasure hunters, one man leapt into history and legend with a suitcase full of cash and a parachute. On November 24, 1971, a man using the name Dan Cooper hijacked a Boeing 727 flying from Portland to Seattle. After landing, he received $200,000 in 4 parachutes, then ordered the plane toward Mexico City. Somewhere between Seattle and Reno, he lowered the rear stairs and parachuted into the night with the money. Despite a major FBI search, Cooper was never found, and his identity remains unknown. Some believe he was a former paratrooper or airline worker, while others think he may not have survived the jump. But not all mysteries are criminal. Some are so strange they seem like mass hallucinations or something even weirder. In the summer of 1518, Strasbourg, France, was hit by the strange dancing plague. It began when Frau Trophy started dancing uncontrollably in the street. Within a week, dozens joined her, and by the end of the month, hundreds were dancing without rest. Some danced until they collapsed from exhaustion, stroke, or heart attack with bruised and bloody feet. Authorities, unsure what to do, hired musicians, hoping the dancers would recover. The cause remains unknown, with theories including mass hysteria, poisoned bread, religious mania, or stress from hard times. Yet the most haunting vanishings are not sudden events but entire communities swallowed by time. In 1587, Governor John White led 115 English settlers to the remote shores of Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina. Among them were his daughter, Eleanor Dare, and his granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. After returning to England for much-needed supplies, White was stranded for 3 long years by the war. When he finally made it back in 1590, the colony had vanished without a trace. The only clue, the word Croatan carved into a weathered post. Did they seek refuge with friendly tribes, fall victim to disease or violence? Or was it something more mysterious? To this day, the fate of the lost colony remains one of America's oldest mysteries. And sometimes even the most prepared explorers find themselves overwhelmed by forces no one can explain. In February 1959, 9 experienced Russian hikers led by Igor Dyatlov set off on a skiing trip in the northern Ural Mountains. The group, from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, faced disaster on the night of February 1st when they fled their tent without proper clothing in temperatures as low as -22 degrees Fahrenheit. Their bodies were later found scattered on the slope, some with serious injuries, such as broken bones, but without signs of a struggle. Soviet investigators blamed an unknown compelling force, sparking theories from avalanches to military experiments. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the 20th century's most puzzling mysteries. But danger isn't just in remote mountains, it can strike at home, on the most unexpected nights. On Christmas Eve 1945, a fire destroyed the Salter family's home in Fayetteville, West Virginia. George and Jenny Salter escaped with 4 of their 10 children, but the other 5 were never found. That night, Jenny was woken by a strange phone call and later heard a loud bang on the roof before discovering the fire. Although authorities said the fire was electrical and the children were presumed dead, no remains were ever found. Suspicious clues included a missing ladder, a cut phone line, and a man seen watching the house. Years later, the soldiers received a photo of a young man who looked like one of their missing sons. They believed the children were kidnapped, possibly due to George's criticism of Mussolini. Despite decades of investigations, the fate of the 5 missing soldier children remains a mystery. Of course, no list of enduring mysteries would be complete without the most famous disappearance in aviation history. Amelia Earhart, a pioneering American aviator, vanished in 1937 during her attempt to circumnavigate the globe. With her navigator Fred Noonan, she had completed nearly 2/3 of a 29,000-mile journey when they left Lae, New Guinea, heading for tiny Howland Island. Approaching the island, they faced navigation and communication problems. The U.S. Coast Guard cutter Itasca received radio messages from Earhart saying they were low on fuel and could not find their destination. Her final transmission at 8:43 a.m. reported, "We are running on line north and south." After that, contact was lost. An extensive search covered 250,000 square miles but found no trace of the plane or crew. On July 19th, Earhart and Noonan were declared lost at sea. Since then, theories about their fate have ranged from crashing into the ocean, surviving as castaways, to being captured by the Japanese or involved in a secret mission. Yet sometimes the unexplained doesn't just take people, it brings them back with stories beyond belief. On the evening of October 11th, 1973, shipyard workers Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker reported that they were abducted by unidentified beings while fishing near the Pascagoula River in Mississippi. They described seeing a glowing egg-shaped craft landing nearby and 3 humanoid figures, about 5 feet tall with wrinkled gray skin and claw-like hands, emerging. According to their account, the creatures paralyzed them with a beam of light and levitated them into the craft for a physical examination before releasing them. After they reported the incident, authorities secretly recorded their private, fearful conversation. Both men later passed polygraph tests, which some say strengthened their claims. The Pascagoula abduction case quickly gained national attention and remains one of the most discussed alleged alien encounters. Though skeptics argue it could have been a hoax or hallucination, the event continues to spark debate among UFO researchers. And finally, we come to a mystery so sacred, so powerful, that its existence could reshape history and faith itself. The Ark of the Covenant, a sacred relic mentioned in the Hebrew Bible, is believed to be a gold-covered wooden chest holding the 10 Commandments. According to biblical tradition, it was built by the Israelites under Moses during their exodus from Egypt. The Ark symbolized God's presence and was believed to bring victory in battle. Its last known location was the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem, but it reportedly vanished after the Babylonian invasion and the destruction of the First Temple in 586 BC. Since then, the Ark's fate has remained a mystery. Some traditions claim the prophet Jeremiah hid it near Jerusalem, while others suggest it was taken to Ethiopia and kept in the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Aksum. Another theory proposes it lies beneath the Temple Mount in a secret chamber called the Well of Souls. Some even believe it was discovered during the Crusades and later hidden somewhere in Europe. If you could unlock just one of these 20 secrets, which one would you choose first? Tell us in the comments, and maybe together we can crack a few of them wide open. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.